A very special guest, and we love having them on air. Isfandyar Inayat, General Manager, Strategic Partnership and Community Outreach at TCF. 20 years of experience in business development, relationship management, and project management. An MSc degree in banking and finance from Frankfurt School of Finance and Management in Germany, with loads of experience, joining us this morning to talk about the TCF and Baghban. But more on that later on. Welcome, Isfandyar. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Khalid, for having me in your show.
Pleasure. Thanks very much. I mean, quite a CV. I'm sure that's just the beginning of it. Probably 2 or 3 pages. We are the schoolmates. After my first job, you'd start writing work experiences,
right?
And then I was told, listen, keep it at 3. Don't put all the dozen jobs that you've done. Your job hopping bhi aajkal bahut ho rahi hai. But anyway, that was on a separate note. But I'm rather impressed. We love TCF.
Thank you.
We love what they do. We love the fact that they've been so committed. And I know both by having the children on here on the show, we've had many children on from TCF on the show, and also being sort of in direct contact with TCF.
Right.
And I love what they do. But for those that may not have heard of TCF, and if you haven't heard, I'm surprised. But just for those that haven't heard, can you explain what the TCF model is all about?
Yeah, sure. The genesis of TCF again came about back in 1995, and there were 6 friends who thought that if we are not part of the solution, then we are part of the problem. So instead of again complaining about the state of affairs, we should do something about it. So they built 5 schools with their own money. There were 700 children at that time. And today, alhamdulillah, we are managing over 1,600 schools across
1,600 schools.
Yeah, school units across Pakistan, and there are over 50,000 students who are again studying in these schools. And
Phenomenal.
Recently, economists said that we are probably the largest network of schools, formal education, in the world.
That is amazing. That is a phenomenal achievement, by the way.
Yeah,
and it continues to grow too.
Absolutely, it is growing
too.
by leaps and bounds every year, alhamdulillah.
And I know that with interacting with TCF, there are numerous programs where the children are exposed to different thoughts, different ideas. There's a Rehabar program, etc.
Absolutely.
Which I think still continues to this day.
Absolutely.
Can you just touch on the Rehabar program before we?
Well, Rehabar is again, if I to summarize it, it's about again thought to destiny. Which we inculcate in the children, that whatever you think again turns into action, and when that action is repeated again and again, it becomes your habit, and over a period of time that habit of yours determines your character, defines your character, and that character of yours again determines your destiny. So be careful what you think. You might just get it. So if you have a positive outlook towards life, chances are very high that you will have a positive destiny. And if you have a negative outlook towards life, chances are very high that you will have a negative destiny.
And by the way, if you can, the Rehabar program, just as a side note, is ongoing. And if you want to be a part of it,
absolutely.
Do they go to the website? Do they have to register?
Yes, you can just go to our website and get yourself registered. It's www.tcf.org.pk.
Yeah. Now I've had many friends that have been a part of it, and the funny thing is, again on a side note, the children get to understand the thought to destiny process, that it is how I think and how I speak that shapes my world. But the people that actually are a part of it, they change.
Absolutely.
I've seen them come back just completely transformed and changed.
Absolutely. मैं एक चीज़ वो कहता हूँ कि वो जितने फूल, because my relationship started with TCF through Rehabar program, and मैं था कि जितने मैं फूल देने जा रहा था उससे कहीं ज़्यादा समेट के लेके गया हूँ.
क्या बात. That's the beauty of giving.
Absolutely.
That's the beauty of giving.
Joy of giving.
We've got Isfandyar here joining us from the TCF now. We just got to go to a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the event that is happening this week. This week, in fact.
This coming Saturday.
We'll talk all about that. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free. That's 0315 111 9191. It's 10:24 on the 2nd of March. Joining us this morning, and again, we love speaking about them. We love having them on air. We've got joining us this morning Isfandyar Inayat, General Manager, Strategic Partnership and Community Outreach at TCF. Now, there's another program. It's called the Baghban. I'll let you explain what it's all about.
Sure. Well, actually, back in 96, when we had started, we thought that we'll open up 1,000 schools, and 1,000 school means we can go for 1,000 donors out of again population around 50 million. We can find 1,000 donors, but our 2030 vision is now to reach 2 million learners, and again, in order to reach out to 2 million learners, we need a lot of resources.
Yeah.
So hence we again came up with Baghban volunteer program, through which we believe that if 10% Pakistanis today decide that they'll adopt just one child, we can eradicate illiteracy from the face of Pakistan.
So repeat that number again.
10% Pakistanis, if they today decide adopt one child, and that only costs 1,400 rupees a month. Or 16,800 rupees a year.
Yeah.
So that's not a big ask.
Right.
So if they adopt, and for example, if you have 3 children, and if you again take responsibility for another child, you can help again 22.8 million children who are out of school.
Yeah.
That is again 22.8 million is equivalent to the population size of Australia, one of the most richest, one of the most powerful nations in the world. So just imagine that if you again empower those children, what impact will it create on the prosperity of Pakistan? And Baghban means gardener. And I would like to draw an analogy with the Chinese bamboo seed, because when the Chinese bamboo seed is planted and when it is watered, nurtured and fertilized, in the first year it doesn't grow even an inch. You don't see any outward growth. You repeat the same process, you water, nurture, fertilize, you don't see any growth, any outward growth. Third year, same process, nothing happens. Fourth year, same thing, nothing happens. And a nascent farmer would start wondering that I'm putting so much of labor and I'm not getting any results at all. But in the 5th year, when the Chinese bamboo seed is watered, nurtured and fertilized, it grows 80 feet in 6 weeks.
Wow.
And now the question is, did it grow 80 feet in 6 weeks or 5 years?
Yeah.
And the answer is very obvious that it grew 80 feet in 5 years, because at any point had the farmer decided not to water, nurture and fertilize, it would have stunted its growth.
Correct.
Unfortunately, the gestation period of education is also very long.
Right.
And again, like Chinese bamboo tree, it teaches us about patience, faith, perseverance, growth, development, and most surprisingly of all, human potential. So the successive governments have failed to put in again any money in education is because there is no instant gratification after 5 years. A child would hardly cover from KG to grade 4. But if you build roads, if you build different big structures, you can show it to people that this is what I have done and I need votes.
Right.
So as Baghban volunteers, we again tell them that we need to have patience. And we will persevere. You need to have faith that whatever we are doing, whatever inputs we are providing, inshallah, eventually it will give dividends in the end. And that can be seen now, alhamdulillah, after 25 years of journey. You can see that kind of growth in the children we had invested in. Our children are now going to one of the best universities in Pakistan. And almost all the universities in Pakistan, you will find TCF children studying there.
So as a Baghban volunteer, what is it that you're doing?
Yeah, so as a Baghban volunteer, all you need to do is you need to take out 3 hours of your precious time in a week. We form groups of people in different parts of the city. So like center has PCHs, Sindhi Muslim area, North Nazabad and Federal Bay area, North Karachi. And people from those geographic locality, they form a chapter. So we have a chapter head and an honorary secretary. They lead that team. And that team come up with their own ideas and they raise funds.
Sahi.
And they say that, okay, I'll take responsibility for 100 children or 150 children.
Sahi.
And then they raise funds for those children. They visit those schools,
Right.
have a lot of fun activities on those schools. And the best part is that you also, at the end of the day, develop a lot of different skills like leadership skills, communication skills, public speaking skills. So in the journey, you also develop yourself.
Now, so you were saying that there's areas or districts that have their chapters.
Right.
Now, is that just the one chapter in that particular sort of geographical location, or you can have sort of various groups within that
depending
locality?
on the size of the group,
Okay.
if there are over 40, 50 people, then we can have multiple chapters as well.
Right, in that specific geographical
In that
location.
specific geography.
Now, there's an event that is coming up later this week,
Yeah.
and I just want to get this right. It's called Dream of Our Daughters. Is that
Dreams of
correct?
Our Daughters,
Dreams
yes.
of Our Daughters. Can you tell us about that?
Well, actually, at the end of the day, female enrollment all over Pakistan is very low.
Yeah.
And one of TCS forte is that over these 25 years, we have managed to maintain 50% gender ratio. And we want to keep that ratio alive.
Yeah.
So for that, we are running a campaign where we want to put 5,000 females into schools.
Okay.
And Dream of Daughters is one of the programs which we have,
Theek.
again, is part of that campaign.
Theek.
Where we are inviting people from different walks of life.
Yeah.
And I would encourage your listeners also to, again, be part of and do join us for the program. It will start at 11 at KSBL building,
Yes.
again, diagonally opposite to Khan Hospital. 7th March.
7th March.
Yes.
Okay. 7th March, and entry is
It's
ticketed.
free,
It's free,
yeah.
free entry. Bring your families.
Bring your families, bring your friends, and you would love it. You would love to hear the stories of our daughters,
Yeah.
their struggles,
Yeah.
their hopes,
Yeah.
and their achievements.
And the idea is that this is a fundraiser event, correct?
No, it is not a fundraising event.
event.
It is
No.
not a fundraising
Okay.
event. It is just a general awareness event.
Okay.
And we just want to tell, because one of the biggest challenge which we face is that even as of today, there are a lot of people who don't know what TCF is or at what scale we are working on
Correct.
right
That's
now.
correct. Yeah. Okay, so that event, Baghban Dream of Our Daughters event, is happening on the 7th of March at the KSBL building that's just diagonally opposite Aga Khan.
Right.
And it starts what time?
11.
It starts at 11.
11 a.m.
And the day comprises of what? There'll be speeches, keynote speakers.
There will be a couple of speeches, and we'll have a panel discussion with the people who have gone through the process, gone through TCF system. So they will be the principal, the alumni, the teachers,
right?
And they'll be talking about, again, their struggles and what they have achieved.
We're speaking with Isfandyar Inayat, TCF, Dreams of Our Daughters. Now, we've got a couple of questions on donation. We'll get to that straight after this. This is Abbas Ali Khan and Lala Rukhaba. Sitaron se aage. It's 10:41. Joining us this morning is Isfandyar Inayat, General Manager, Strategic Partnership and Community Outreach at TCF. The event, by the way, Dreams of Our Daughters, happening on the 7th of March in Karachi. Is there an event page if they want to go on
Yes,
on
we
Facebook?
have an event page.
So they go to the TCF page or the Baghban page?
They can go to TCF page,
Okay.
the TCF website, and they can also go to our Facebook page, the Citizens Foundation, and can join us.
If people want to visit TCF, the schools,
yes.
How do they do that?
Yes, well, all you need to do is either you can get yourself registered through our website or call us on 111-823-823.
Okay.
We do school tours for our volunteers and for our donors. So we'll be more than happy to show them the kind of impact we are creating on ground with these children.
I'm going to a couple of questions here.
Sure.
Obviously, money is one way to get involved, and an easy one. Are there other ways as well in which people can contribute on a recurring basis?
Yes, as I mentioned, that 1,400 rupees a month, you can actually adopt one child. So if you're, again, giving 7,000 rupees a month, you're adopting 5 children for the entire year.
Yeah.
And the best part is, Khalid, that you can actually give your zakat also on education.
Right.
So, and our dream is that we want to see a Pakistan where at least we don't require zakat in Pakistan, because our alumni, the worst case scenarios, don't require zakat. And in best case scenario, alhamdulillah, today they are giving zakat to 10 different people. They are managing their own social entrepreneur organizations. So zakat and sadaqah can actually change the total landscape of to education landscape of Pakistan for the future.
And at that point, this year, when you think of zakat, think of education. And how you can possibly
absolutely
use that
and you can actually plan your zakat, like if you through your credit card or check or cash collection through our website www.tcf.org.pk or 111-823-823. You can call and just get yourself registered, and you can plan your zakat by, again, for example, if you think your zakat is around 60,000 rupees a year, you can start giving 5,000 rupees monthly. And because you're already cash strapped, because 72% of Pakistanis give their zakat in Ramzan. So you're already cash strapped during Ramzan. So if you plan your zakat, you can again do and manage your expenses on other things during Ramzan.
Another question. Now, so just to go back to the recurring, can I do something to contribute? There's also the different programs, the Baghban program, there's the Rehabar program, where you can actually, there's a team, explain. So there's a team of individuals who are in the corporate world or who are teachers who have professions. No, in Rehabar.
In Rehabar.
I'm thinking about
Rehabar, the minimum age requirement is 24.
Yeah.
And you have to give 7 Saturdays out for this program, and you mentor children from grade 8 and 9 for 6 weeks.
And there's the Baghban program, where each geographical location has a community that comes together and then raises funds.
You become part of that community, and then you raise funds, and then we have again different engagements during that campaign.
Another question from Hassan. How do I know my money is used to valid uses? So so I guess what he's asking is, so if I do adopt a child, do I get updates? Do I get report cards? How do I know that it's being used there?
Well, the best part about again giving any kind of charity to TCF is that we are SECP registered. So all our financials are public. So even as of today, you can go to our website and you can check where we spend and on what we spend. Each and every detail is there. Number 2, for again single children, we don't give out details for to our donors. But if you adopt a classroom, we again do a lot of activities in that class with all the children around. Or if you adopt a school, then you get to do a lot of activities. But single child, we don't have the bandwidth as of today to again give details about the progress of that child.
Now, if you have other questions, again, the website is the best place to go.
Yes, our website is our TCF page. You can send us a message through our Facebook page.
That event, by the way, happening on the 7th of March, starting at 11 a.m.
Right.
And again, where is it?
KSBL building, diagonally opposite to Khan Hospital.
Thank you, Isfandyar.
Thank you very much, Khalid, for having me in your show.
I had a great time.
Appreciate that.
And we love you, TCF. We love all that you do. Thanks so much. If you have any questions, by the way, don't forget the TCF Facebook page or the website is the best place. This is Khalid Malik's Morning Jam.